So I'm going to try to make this video on Twitch because I have no other options. My camera is a Logitech C150 or something like that, and for some reason the software that runs it just doesn't work anymore. You can't update it. I don't know why. I guess they do that so you keep having to buy new cameras. And this is my old flip cam from forever ago. It runs on AA batteries, and I had a bunch of them that were still in the pack and they didn't work, so I'm assuming the camera's just dead. So that was the only way I was able to make videos, is with that little flip cam. Or unless I make it on Twitch and then save the video from Twitch. Otherwise I have to buy a whole new camera. Yeah, my dog's got this cool little, it's like a kennel box back there. Go in your house. Show him. Show him. I put a little blanket on it, so it's like a little tent. She can crawl in there. It's like she's living in the desert. Pretty dope. Kind of jealous of it. There should be a bunch archived on my YouTube channel still, my old videos. Anyway, I'd like to start making videos again, but YouTube's pretty shitty, and I have to get a new camera. Like, I was thinking about like the old days of YouTube, how cool it was, like, because I wanted to make this video. It was kind of you have to show your dominance to dogs. Oh, she knows I'm the alpha male, and she'll like submit to me. Submit, heretic! In your house! For some reason she's not doing it right now. I'll use this clicker. In your house! Get up on the recliner. Go sit up there. Go sit. Go sit. I think this phone's distracting her. It's like some kind of demonic device she doesn't understand. Anyway, back in the old days, remember YouTube used to have video responses you could make to people? And it would be like underneath the main videos of all the video people made to respond to their video. I miss that. You used to have on your channel, it has like a little box of like recent comments or something on the side. I forgot what it even looked like. I need to look that up. Back in the day, YouTube was better. Now it's all corporatized and Googleized and starting to censor people, which I want to get into later. But mainly, I wanted to make a video responding to this guy who plays Path of Exile, named Demigod King. He made this video today about the new Delve coming out. And it's basically an infinite dungeon in Path of Exile where, like, normally you have a league and it'll expire and all the characters go back to standard. Trash! Trying to make a video! But this is an infinite dungeon with a competitive ladder to show who's been the deepest in the dungeon. Right? So, kind of like the old Diablo ladders, only instead of having a level cap, it doesn't have a level cap. And he was talking about how it may go back to the old days, like before the internet or before everything was like crazy popular. Remember when it was just like the cool kids knew about the internet and just like the nerds used the internet, and now everybody has cell phones that kind of like got all the hipster kids into the internet? It kind of ruined things, and now like everything. This has been bothering me for a while about video games, is that you can't have like secrets anymore because everything's everywhere. If somebody knows something, they immediately go blab it, and you can look it up on Google and figure out the best possible builds, best possible routes to places, the best possible gear for any situation, and it's like, it's too easy. So I was thinking the other day, before even this video about Path of Exile, about how the old Outlaw Star anime, I don't know if anybody's seen it, it's kind of like a spin-off, or not a spin-off, it's kind of like a generic Cowboy Bebop. And it's space opera, like Space Dandy, one of those kind of anime. And they had a space race in it, and I was thinking about, like, how would you even have a space race? Because once you've like mapped out a galaxy or something, everybody knows like the fastest route somewhere. You're just going to go in a straight line because you're in space. unless there's certain parts of space that people haven't mapped out all the way, or only certain people have mapped out, and they've kept that information secret. So you don't know if, like, over here there might be a nebula, or over here there might be a brown dwarf. It's too dangerous because it'll suck you in like a black hole or something. So I'm thinking as Trump gets the Space Force going and we venture out into space, that's not really going to happen. Not in Trump's time anyway. But anyway, if we did get into space, we would have to start keeping some information under wraps, because information was going to be more valuable, I think, as time goes on. We kind of went through this golden age of the internet, and we've done this like free information thing for a while. And I think it's kind of reached its peak. Like, we're going to start having like less sharing of information. I mean, you're going to have document dropping and stuff like that, doxing and things, but I think information is going to be really valuable, and people are going to stop spreading it like they do right now. I also want to talk about how Path of Exile, she is having a blast with that blue bear. She's got these toys. My mom gave her that. My nephew threw them up on top of the kitchen cabinets and stuff. I got them down. She gave her a football, this little blue bear, and I have a snake toy. She's ripped into all of them and pulled the stuffing out. She loves to like figure out how things work and just rip the stuffing out of them. But what was I saying? Oh, Path of Exile. Somebody was saying about how video games have gotten shittier lately. I think they were thinking about Call of Duty, and like there's a new Doom coming out and stuff, but it's like it just ain't the same as it used to be. Like Diablo 3 was shit compared to Diablo 2. And Diablo 4, they've been saying that they're in the works, and they've been hiring people for a new dungeon designer and stuff, so they're saying Diablo 4 is in the works. But like, it's gonna be shit. The people that designed Diablo 2 and that made the best Diablos are gone. They fired them all, and now the people that still have all the rights to it don't know what made it good. So I have no hopes for Diablo 4. But I was saying, like, Rocket League, Path of Exile, and Fallout are like the only 3 games that really stay good over time. I guess Borderlands could, if they had more in-game or more like stuff to it that you could do at the end of the game. Like Call of Duty's just, after Modern Warfare 2 has just been shit. I've hated every Call of Duty from what I've seen of them. Because Black Ops I couldn't even play because it was too laggy. Everybody was saying there's like a 2-second lag that's built into the game or something, and I assume the rest of them are just as bad. And it's like you just instantly spawn in and die. I just hate games like that. But Path of Exile, if you haven't played it lately, it has really gotten good. They have added and added and added stuff to it. There's so many builds and ways you could go with the skill tree. You could really, like, I've played it since the beginning, and I've never beaten. Only last season I beat Atziri for the first time. Not Uber Atziri, just the regular old Atziri. And then this league was the first time I actually got to tier 15, 16 maps. I've killed Elder on like a white map version. I think I had somebody kill him on a yellow map version, but like a red Uber Elder and stuff, I've never done that. I've never done Uber Atziri, never done, like, I had a character that could tank all the Guardians and kill them. But the Infinite Dungeon, I'm thinking it's going to be way less clear speedy, because that's what everybody does, is just clear speed builds. Or like Uber Lab farming builds, which is just like super tanky, which I think is going to be the new meta. Remember when we were coming up, the older guys, we didn't have words like memes and meta because there was no internet for meta things to spread with memes. So we didn't even use those words. But now there's this whole spreading of information thing, and things have meta builds and meme builds, which is all new stuff. Like this new meme, flossing, dancing. That's retarded as fuck. Some of the dances kids come up with these days are so stupid looking. The one where you lean back and do this is so dumb. Like, black people used to be able to dance really good back in the 80s and the 70s. Now it's just like you slap your ass off. And everybody thinks it's cool. I don't know why. I guess because they've seen it in a video and it's like, oh, this guy's doing something else on TV. But it's not really TV. It's some kind of meta TV. So, hush! That's basically what I want to say, is like how everything's changing, the way information is used, the way information is going to be kept secret in the future. And I don't know if you guys have noticed this alarming trend, but the net neutrality expired because I think Trump did that, right? So they were saying like you won't immediately notice the effects of net neutrality. It'll take a while for everybody to kick in and all the ISPs to start fucking you over. But now, Twitter has gone crazy and silenced Alex Jones. But that's not the weird thing. It was that all these platforms like work together to combine, and like they're not even the same company, and they all banned Alex Jones simultaneously. So that's pretty scary. And then I saw today that Gavin McInnes got banned from Twitter and all of his crew because they're pro-Trump, and they're saying all these companies, like these Silicon Valley companies that run Twitter and Google and all this stuff, they're super liberal and they don't want Trump to get a second term, so they're like silencing everybody that's pro-Trump to try to help him lose. But like, who's gonna be the new Democratic candidate? They've never put anybody good except like Bernie Sanders, which they forced out. Is he gonna run again? Is there gonna be some stupid new? There's all these like Oprah and all these celebrities that want to run for president. Is it gonna be one of those? We're gonna just go celebrities from now on as president. It's pretty sad. It's kind of sad. We're living in sad times. You know what I was thinking I should do? It's like I should make a bunch of videos, like hundreds of videos, maybe just short 5-minute videos, and never release them. And then I'll have a thing like when I die, like I'll release one video a week for like a few years. Would that work? That'd be 52 a year. Yeah, I could go for like 4 or 5 years. So like I would still exist in the universe, sort of, in video form. I think that'd be pretty neat. Or I could just write a book, immortalize myself that way. I don't know, I keep looking over here where the chat is, but the camera's over here. I'm sorry about that. It looks like I'm just staring off into space this whole video. That's really old Dr. Pepper. So this is my water I brought. I don't know what I was drinking from that.